What's poppin' Chop Squad? Slate D Biggs here for AnimeMCS, here today to talk about Kingdom, Chapter 626, Merciless Reality. So if you were hoping after Chapter 625 that we would be getting the conclusion to the Shin-Hoken fight, you're going to be sorely disappointed. This chapter's a lot of the same thing. A lot of the same things are being said. Riboku is still up on the hill monologuing. We don't see any progression from Osen or any of the other Chin army that's on their way up to the hill to just surround Riboku completely. I have no idea why he's deciding that it's cool to just stay there. And even if Hoken takes Shin out, even if, what is Hoken gonna do against the whole Chin army? What is Riboku gonna do? So I see that as a pretty big fuck up on Riboku's part. I have no idea what he's thinking. I don't even think he knows what he's thinking. So the chapter starts off with Hoken and Shin pretty much beating each other back and forth. Hoken will fall to the ground. Shin will fall to the ground. He falls to the ground multiple times in this chapter, and he's pretty much at his limit. Some of the High Shin unit's officers are talking about how Hoken's falling to one knee, and then the Zhao soldiers are saying, yeah, but Shin's whole body is trembling. So Shin is shonen hallucinating like a motherfucker right now. They are there in spirit to give Shin strength. Apparently not that much, because his body is at its limit. This chapter rehashes some points about Hoken that we hear every time we see him, is that his blows have no weight. Hoken pretty much tells Shin, hey man, you're not saying anything new. Everyone has said this. Everyone's died to my blade. Your bonds and your friendships are shackles. My blade is here to destroy them. I actually do like some of Riboku's monologuing here, where he's talking about how if Hoken really was a Bushin, if he had really reached the peak of martial might, he wouldn't have lost against Oki 17 years ago. He wouldn't have needed assistance to kill Oki. He wouldn't have gotten injured when he ambushed the Chin army just like the night before, a couple nights before. He wouldn't have been like, his flaws wouldn't be pointed out so often by everybody. And no matter how hard that Hoken claws to achieve a level higher than humanity, he's never gonna be able to. And that's his answer. That's the answer he's looking for. Is that at the end of the day, just like everyone else, he's human, and all there is to him is that he's spent his life trying to attain this godhood level of martial might that he's never going to reach. Somehow, Hoken is so strained that this man has veins popping out on his fucking nose. Shin and Hoken continue to knock each other back and forth on the ground, getting up again. They're both really at their limits, especially after Hoken got sliced up real good by Kyokai, who, in this chapter, opens her eyes and looks upon Shin to see the scene that's happening. Also around the end of the chapter, we have Karyo 10 freaking out, saying she needs to get to Shin. Something's wrong, and she just has this feeling like she needs to be there. So I'm thinking that there's going to be a Karyo 10, a Kyokai shout out to Shin, and in this next chapter we get, in 627, I'm going to call it, I'm probably wrong, I hope I'm not, but in 627, I think Shin's going to take Hoken down with one slice. I think this is it. I'm really hoping this is it. Shin's going to muster all the strength he has. They're going to have a quick back and forth. Shin's going to take him down with one huge slice. We're going to get a little monologue from Hoken, maybe another flashback. Riboku's going to make his amazing escape. They're gonna conquer Gyo, which I think is gonna happen regardless at this point. I mean, as I've said in like past chapter reviews, of course we don't know exactly what time of the day it is right now, because we don't have like a narrator telling us like 4:23 p.m. final day of the fight. But Riboku couldn't really afford to be there for too long, and he's definitely not taking the opportunity to escape whenever he can, and he should. I thought the chapter was pretty good. I actually liked Riboku's monologuing a lot more in this chapter than I did in the last one. He's playing narrator to this right now. And I guess, considering the kind of bond, I guess you could say, between Riboku and Hoken, that it is right for Riboku to be watching whenever this happens. Riboku says that all of these men had something that Hoken didn't, and they all opposed him and sacrificed their lives for it. So all the shit that he was talking this whole time, he wasn't saying Hoken's done for. Apparently, I mean, that's kind of what it sounded like to me. I think chapter 627 is going to be monumental for Kingdom overall. I'm really hoping that we see Hoken go out in the next chapter, especially because it's just destined to happen. He's an antagonist that was necessary to build Shin up to this point, and it's his time to go. So that's all I got for this video. I hope you all liked anything I had to say about the chapter, any of my predictions about the future of Kingdom. I'm super stoked for the next chapter. We aren't getting a break next week, and that's fucking dope. We are probably going to get a break coming up whenever Shin finally slays Hoken, if Shin does it. Like the video and show some love for the Kingdom content. I would greatly appreciate it if you also subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with it weekly. Because I really love making these videos and I want to get something rolling on here, man. Let's go! I hope you all have a lovely Christmas, a lovely end of the year, and let's see Hoken go down. Fingers crossed. Have an awesome weekend, y'all. Peace out.
And subscribe to the channel so you can keep seeing Poplio! Woohoo!